we're going to first start off with the kettlebell swing that we started off with earlier, exploding through the hips. You're going to go 15 to 20 of these. Right after that, you're going to flip that over, put that PKB on that back, that kettlebell on the back, go right into the push-ups. Those that are beginners, you're going to go 6, those are intermediate, 10, those are advanced, we're going to go 15. Immediately after that, with a minimal amount of rest, you're going to go right into the goblet squat, PKB goblet squat. Dropping down, feet outside the hips, dropping down, holding on to the kettlebell, and exploding back up. Those that are beginners, go into the regular squat. You got 10 to 15. Those are intermediate and advanced. You're going to go into a set of 15 to 20 with the goblet squat. All right? And then we have the last one, directly right into it, holding on to your EKB, going right into the squat jumps, the goblet squat jump, the regular squat jump, or just simply regular squats if needed, if you have bad knees. All right? You're going to try to repeat this 4 times through. We're going to go through this 4 times through. Your goal is to knock it out within 20 minutes. If you can do that, you're on your way to a great and successful fitness life. So that's going to be it for today, folks. Stay tuned for next month for the next workout. It's going to be a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more explosive. We'll be focusing on cleans, some snatches, and some explosive push-ups. So until then, stay strong, stay healthy, stay positive. This is Barron Jackson with the X-Train Fitness Facility. Till next time. How are folks doing today? My name is Barron Jackson, and I'm the owner of the X-Train Fitness Facility, and I'm here with PKB to bring you the workout of the month. So I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible and as quick as possible. But before we get started, we need to go ahead and figure out what size kettlebell that you should be using for the workout. So for a beginner, with your kettlebell, you want to go ahead and multiply your weight times 0.15. Okay, this gives you a nice little basis on what size kettlebell you should start off with. All right, for somebody that's intermediate that has some experience, technique is okay, but still needs a little work. We're gonna go ahead and multiply your weight times 0.25. And for advanced fitness enthusiasts that use kettlebells on the regular, technique is good. You're gonna start with 0.35 or above for your kettlebell selection. All right. So today we have 4 exercises that we're going to go through. The first one being the kettlebell swing. Now, as we go through the exercises, I'm going to explain them, and at the very end, I'll explain exactly how you should go through your workout and what you should expect through your workout, okay? So, to get going, all right, we have our PKB, a very dynamic piece of equipment for explosive workouts, all right? The kettlebell swing. So, you're going to go ahead and grab onto your handle. We're doing a 2-arm swing today. And like I said, as the months progress, we're going to get more and more dynamic and more complex in our workouts, all right? So to get started, you're going to go ahead and plant your feet just outside your hips. Those of you that have tight hips, tight glutes, you can go ahead and slightly point your toes out just a little bit. Just a little bit, not a lot, not through here, just a slight bit. Now, as you grab onto your kettlebell, you want to make sure that you're focused on exploding through your trunk as well as your core, okay? Keeping your chest forward, tension in the shoulder blades. We're going to swing using our upper body, explode to get it to our full spot using our trunk, all right? So here we go, keeping the chest up. For me personally, I like to give a few little swings to get the momentum going so I don't utilize my lower back. Chest up, pop, explode through the hips, keeping it very smooth. All the way up towards the shoulders, making sure the wrists are in line with the shoulders. Make sure inhale, pump the way down, hard exhale as you explode up. So that's your first exercise, all right? Kettlebell swing. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Like I said, I'm gonna try to make this quick for you. Next one we got is we're gonna jump into our, what we call the goblet squat, also known as depth squat. Now for those of you that are beginners, we're just going to start off with the regular squat. Now your regular squat, you're going to first start off with your feet outside your hips. Again, those of you that have tight hips, you're going to slightly point your toes open just a little bit, keeping your chest up, sitting your hips down and back, chest up, 45 degrees, standing straight up. You know, small rule of thumb, think about sitting over a nasty porta potty toilet, all right? So people tell me to use that analogy all the time, and it seems to work great for a lot of people. So again, think about sitting over a nasty little porta potty toilet, not sitting down all the way, 45 degrees, and standing straight up, all right? That is the regular squat. Now the goblet squat or depth squat, we're gonna take it a little bit deeper. Our focus is hips, our hips. So pointing the toes out slightly if needed and bringing your feet in just a slight bit closer. Now we're going to go ahead and drop down. This is the goblet or depth squat, making sure your knees stay behind the toes to protect it. Dropping down, making sure the hips drop below the knees, keeping your chest up, belly button in towards the spine, and standing straight up. So I'm going to give you a side profile real quick. Again, chest up, pushing the hips back, making sure the knees don't pass the toes, hips drop just below the kneecaps, standing up, pushing the hips forward, all right? So we're gonna be adding our PKB goblet or PKB squat with this. So grabbing on to your PKB kettlebell, making sure your hands are on the outsides. If you're doing the goblet or depth squat, you can go ahead and grab it by the handles if you need to for the regular squat, those that are beginners, all right? So picking it up, keeping your chest up, inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Just like that. If you're doing the regular squat, you can hold it right here or keep it up the top, dropping down, chest up, inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. All right, so that's where you have your goblet squat and your regular squat. Moving on to the next one, we got now our weighted, we're gonna move on to the weighted push-up. Go ahead and flip it up, stick it behind you. Now those that are beginners, we're gonna go ahead and do this push-up on our knees, all right? Now the position of the hands are gonna be right outside your shoulders, keeping your hips up, starting, making sure your hips again stay up. As you drop down, chin stays off your chest, bring your feet together, deep breath in on the way down, hard exhale, as you go all the way up, again keeping the hips up. Don't let those hips drop, all right? It's very important. Now, those that are intermediate advanced, making sure you keep your hips up, same thing. You want to protect the shoulders, so making sure that your elbows stay below the shoulders, explode through the chest, not allowing those hips to drop as you're pressing yourself up, all right? So that is the PKB weighted push-up. Now, we're going into our last exercise, which is going to be the PKB squat jump, all right? PKB squat jump, simply going to go through here, grabbing onto it like we did earlier for our squat, dropping down to your squat. Now for this, it's very important to protect the knees, right? So as we explode up, we're going to drop right back down and land in the squat. Up, right back into the squat. You notice that, right? Up, right back into the squat. Those that want to challenge themselves, those that are more advanced, can take that and turn that into the goblet squat, adding a jump, or you can just go back into that regular squat. So, dropping down into the goblet, explode up, landing back down, and then repeating once again, all right? So now we have those 4 exercises. Now we're gonna put them together, turn it into a workout, all right?